Hey everybody, we're back with more Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, joined once again by our good buddy ChanceEm.
Hey,
How you doing, ChanceEm?
I am doing my best. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, just keep on one foot in front of the other. How you doing,
As
Titanium?
you do.
That's one of the chrono facts written by Bane. It's been a while since we've seen Bane, I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he is.
Alright, so it's been a while. Without further ado, let's get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Yoyogi Park. That door. So this is where the fairies are supposed to be, and there's a good chance the evil mannequin, Sakahagi, is going to be here as well.
Oh yeah. For a moment, I forgot about him being here. I forgot that leading up to here was the. Hi there.
Pyrojack. Oh no, not pixies. Okay, you know what? It's actually more worrying that I didn't go into a battle.
Yeah, just slightly. I was just sitting there thinking, these fairies. I was like, if we go into a battle, I'm like, y'all are what, half my height? I could probably punch you across the field.
Plus, Pyrojack and Pixies are
And then,
early game demons.
yeah.
Oh, great. There's the catch.
It's a warp dungeon.
Yep. It's a teleport maze.
Fucking warp dungeon.
Oh,
Look,
boy.
I love SMT. I also very heavily love, Digital Devil Saga.
Please
But,
stop
when
with
it
the
comes to the
fucking
warp
warp
dungeon stuff,
dungeons.
yeah. I just reminded of a post I saw once. It was like, when you really want to go back and replay a game you love, until you get to that one part. And I'm just like, fucking warp dungeons.
Yep. Or anything in a launcher that requires platforming. But yeah, SMT is way too in love with the teleport maze idea. And multi-floor dungeons that have trap floors that bring you back to lower floors.
Yeah, that's the other thing I think of is, trap floors and warp dungeons.
If you'd have less of that, that would be great.
Because it's like, you know something that people will love? Having to redo the same thing they've done, 10 times over.
Yeah. And the death counter currently sits at 14.
14.
Honestly, I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, truthfully, that really isn't that. Which reminds me, Chrono, about how far do you think we are into this game right
now? Probably over halfway. Although bearing in mind that we're going for the true demon ending, story-wise, over halfway, gameplay-wise, we could have a significant amount still to go.
Mm-hmm. Cause yeah, I was flipping through the guide right before stream because of course I was trying to pin down exactly where we are, just in case, you know, we need any divine intervention for whatever reason.
I'm a punch God
And
in the face.
I was noticing that we were a little bit over halfway. But of course, we're a little bit over halfway to punching God in the face. But of course, that still comes down to the fact of the guide is like, go here, go here, go here. That doesn't actually take into account how far go here and then go here is in gameplay terms.
Yeah. Plus, like I say, dealing with the true demon ending, we have to run through all of the Amala network, all of the labyrinth of Amala.
Mm-hmm.
Which in itself is not a simple thing.
That's what I was talking about, because... Yeah, that's what I was talking about, because in the guide, I'm actually going to go double-check this real quick. Because the Amala network itself in the guide seems pretty short, and I'm like, there is no way. There is no way. So we've already done the first two Kelpos, right?
And we still need to redo the second one.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah, the cursed hallway.
This whole time I was sitting here like, we got through the cursed hallway, right? Alright, so...
all the way to the right, there's a trap, so we can try and remember that.
So yeah, in the guide, about 12 pages. The second Kalpa all the way to the final Kalpa is only about 12 pages in the guide.
Hmm.
And that's very small compared to, like, the rest of the story parts. So I'm just sitting here like, yeah, that's no way.
It's not like the Kalpas are particularly complicated, they're just not easy. Oh, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Oberon.
Oh, hello. Well, I mean, most of these pages are just maps, and looking at the maps alone, I know it's not going to be fun.
Yep, that's both SMT high-level dungeons and optional dungeons.
Hmm. Which, I mean...
Trap.
I can appreciate an optional dungeon that gives, you know, added difficulty to it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, is it's optional. I don't have to actually do it to complete the story if I don't want to. But in our case, it's not really optional because of what path we're going for.
Yep.
Which actually reminds me, Chrono, if I didn't already have a ton of games coming out this month, I almost picked up Nocturne HD because I found it on sale this week for $30.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised to see it on sale for $30, and in the same vein, I also saw Persona 5 Royal on sale for $30, and I'm like, why are you gonna throw all these sales at me? Like, for games that I want, when I have, like, 3 to 4 other games coming out within the next, like, second half of the month. Oof. That was painful.
It was just that guillotine. That was the problem. I am gonna leave Persona 5 Royal until it drops to maybe £20. I have no interest in paying more than that for it.
I've yet to play Persona 5, so that's the main reason why I was like debating it.
It's fair enough.
But also, it's a thing of like, that's a sale, and I have a feeling that once that sale is over at the moment, which I think it might be related to the recent US holiday. Once that sale's over, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back up to 60.
Yeah. You bitch.
That's unfortunate.
Give you a chakra drop, please respond.
Showed you my rock. Please answer.
Not made of chakra drops. Alright. Remove Rajat Naga. Valkyrie goes back. Two out of 8 is the Kagetsuchi phase. Basically, in other games, it's basically just called the moon. Moon phases, basically.
Or in Digital Devil Saga, it's sun phases. Solar noise, all of that.
Solar noise. And then Persona 1 still had the moon phase idea.
Which, speaking of the phrase solar noise, because this just got reminded of this, I'll finish that comment in a moment since we just came across the scene.
I imagine Titania might actually be a demon worth voicing here. You know, Queen of the Fairies.
So, are you wanting me to voice her?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I was like, you kind of just left that open-ended. I'm like, what? Are you wanting to voice them?
I think we've seen enough of my
Alright,
voice
then.
in female characters for a while.
Alright. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick.
That's right, Titanians. Titania, Queen of the Summer Fae, Mab, Queen of the Winter Fae.
And here I was wondering what kind of demon was trespassing. Why, you're only a harmless child.
Bitch.
You cannot pass through here by luck alone.
Oh no, I have my fists.
I hope that you do not bore me.
Again, I have my fists.
Pixies, play with him.
I think these things are too small for my fists.
Oh my god.
I didn't mean fist like that, thank you.
Quality reaction, though.
This fist is the fist that will fist the heavens. Oh, well, well. Ooh, I thought it was a double hit. No. I mean, for one, I gave my last chakra drop to Oberon and then he fucked off. A dick.
Like a dick.
Like a dick.
Speaking of Queen of the Fairies, though, we just happen to have one over here.
Yep, let's kill it. Ah. Alright, let's actually try to recruit her, because Titania would not be a bad idea. Okay. Higher leveled, I guess.
Or let's not.
Yep. Well, back to the fists. Yeah.
And in the end, she was defeated by a skeletal fist.
It's the kind of dialogue they give you when the demons are higher level than you. Summon a powerful demon.
I mean, I
reflects
figured as
physical.
such.
Better not be a Shikioji. Fist-boned.
She was boned by the Bone Daddy.
Yay, Balm of Rising.
Woo.
Alright, let's take it over here. Oh no, whatever will I do? Good work, everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot we're at level 50, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I was asking earlier. It's like, how far do you think we are in the game? It's like, because, I mean, we're technically already at the halfway level point.
Not quite.
Keyword. Technically.
Yeah. Because Nocturne's secret level cap is 255.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Valkyrie's design's pretty cool. A lot of the designs in this have remained the same since, like, 92.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty nice. Of course, some demons have come, some demons have gone since then. But it's cool seeing the stuff that has actually, you know, stayed the same.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, the dick is back. Maybe we can recruit him this time.
I should probably be spending more time trying to hit weaknesses here.
Why hit weaknesses when you can just punch things?
Because hitting weaknesses gives us more turns to punch things. Like, we are never going to be taking Daisoju out of the party.
We aren't. He's been, like, He's really been the MVP of some of these things.
It's that meditation plus prayer combination. It's invaluable and it will never not be useful.
Mm-hmm. Was Daisoju the one that you spent at least like 30 minutes or so resetting to get that combination?
No, that actually is his natural stuff.
Oh. Because I was like, I think it might have been Unicorn you did for something else.
Yeah, Unicorn I spent a bunch of time on. As much as I would like Mana Drain, like, no, we can't lose anything we've got. Ah, shit. I'm actually cursed.
Oh, fuck.
Like, it's not that it's hit me with a status effect, it's actual curse.
Well, that's not good.
No, because we can only take that off at a Fount of Life.
Yeah. A little bit of a problem.
So those...
Do you... Well, since we're aware that curse exists, would it be a bad thing to, like, back out of here and try to remove it and then see if you have, Because my brain is stupid and I'm forgetting the word. I'm just going to call it a gummy worm. Do you have a gummy worm that prevents curse?
Not that kind of curse. The gummy worms are what caused the curse.
Oh. Different curse.
Yep. Plus, this curse is actually required to fuse some demons.
Oh, yeah. Well, would this be a good time to go back and see if we can fuse any demons while we have this curse?
It's an awkward situation. I think for the minute we're going to push forward.
Okay.
Want to look at what curse actually does for us, ChanceEm?
Sure, I can do that. Okay, use my divine intervention skills. Not intervention, maybe premonition. Divine premonition. Because I'm getting this stuff just beamed into my head via words I'm reading on a page.
I love it when an enemy uses multiple hit physical skill, and that results in more than one party member countering. That is really one of my favourite things. Okay, so I think it was this one, and then this one. You know, it's kind of a shame that the DS as a system idea is basically dead now, because a proper SMT cross Etrian Odyssey would have been awesome. Well, I'm just thinking of dealing with this shit. Being able to mark it on the map would have been really neat.
I've actually never played a game in that series, which I feel bad because I've owned games in the series, I just never got around to playing them before I had to sell them off for reasons. And I saw a copy of one of the ones on DS at GameStop a week ago. But the problem was it didn't have its original case to it, it was just the game itself, so I was like, didn't want to pick it up because of that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that they had the option to let you mark stuff on the map. Like, the only games I've played that let you really mark stuff on the map have been the Zelda games on the original DS.
It's less that it's an option, more that it's one of the major gameplay ideas.
Huh.
By the time you get to any of the Etrian Odyssey games on 3DS, like, it's been refined pretty well.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun.
That definitely makes me more interested in the series now, because, like, sometimes I'm a little hesitant towards certain series. It's like, yes, I want to give it a try, but sometimes there's just certain gameplay elements that you're like, I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for that right now.
I think Etrian Odyssey 4 has a demo on 3DS. That might be something you could get some use out of.
Okay, finally found Curse in the guide. Christ. Took a little bit. So the description that the game guide gives for Curse is, when the protagonist has a Magatama equipped and levels up, there's a fixed probability that he'll become cursed. Actions are usually possible, but a cursed protagonist will attack his allies at random with normal hits, and will receive damage while petrified. This can only be cured at the healing institutions, such as the Fountain of Life, a Heal Spot, or Dr. Dark. That's all the guide says about that.
So we've already seen
at least under this particular section.
We've already seen a couple of things. Taking damage, control being taken away so I can hit one of my own party members.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, it can factor into some of the fusions. Hey, how you doing, Nicole?
Oh, hey again, Nicole.
I feel like we're not doing as much damage as we should be.
I wonder if that might be related to the curse.
No, because the curse only affects the main character.
Oh, so you're thinking your whole party is just doing less damage than normal.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm glad to hear that, Nicole. Glad to hear that. Okay, so if you're gonna repel a spell, right, you'll also repel. Yeah. Just punch it. Right, and then throw down prayer. Awesome. Okay, take the left. And here's the door. Section 3. You have done well coming this far, though I do not know if I should praise you or not. But your luck ends here. How now, mad spirit? My troops shall entrap you here as you move. This fall is out better than I could devise. Oh no,
I didn't know he was related to Hikawa.
Enjoy the waltz of the pageantry and the high pixels of our kingdom are famed for. Now, Hikawa's a little more menacing. This guy just had an accent. It wasn't there to begin with.
I'm sure they just grew up. they grew up in the same area. Or maybe he's just trying to compensate and hide his accent, but then he gave up on hiding it.
Yoyogi Park A.
A?
Okay, this is good news that we can get to the ladder this early. How big is this area going to be? That doesn't sound good. Okay, so that's a trap, we can't go there. Immediate left? Immediate right. But if they're gonna move, that creates issues. I do want to get to Persona 5 at some point, but I want to do 3 and 4 first.
Alright, back to the ladder. Oh, wow.
Okay, let's see what we got.
They're high pixies because they're above us.
Let's bring them low. Aha! Okay, and then focus on Oberon because he has the healing. There we go. But yeah, I want to do Personas 3, 4, and 5 before 3 and 4 before we get to 5.
Speaking of Persona, the Japanese anniversary of Persona 4 for PS2 was actually this last week. And I saw a comment that somebody... I saw a comment that somebody made about how they want Persona 6 to be more like college oriented rather than high school oriented for the characters, and they brought up Persona 2 as a reference point for this.
Interesting thought. And it felt like Persona 5 was harkening back to those two games a lot more than 3 and 4 did.
I've only seen a short amount of Persona 5, but I agree with that from what I have seen.
That stuff like you brought back the negotiation, the nuclear element, the guns, which had all been absent from 3 and 4.
Aside from, you know, shooting yourself in the head in 3.
The evokers aren't weapons.
You keep telling yourself that.
They're not gameplay weapons, you can't use them. Closest you could argue is the 3 had the bow. But that was because Persona 3 had the 3 separate types of physical attack: slash, blunt, and pierce.
Nah, a bow is not a gun. Like, you're gonna show up to a gunfight with a bow, what's gonna win? What has the higher percentage of winning, I should say?
Depends on the kind of bow.
Because an unskilled... Yeah. Well, take somebody who's unskilled with any type of bow, and put them up against someone who is unskilled with a gun. You have a higher percentage of knowing what to do with a gun, even if you're unskilled, versus what to do with a bow if you're unskilled. I say this as somebody who's worked at a Renaissance festival before, specifically worked with handling the archery booths. Because I had to get taught how to actually shoot a bow, at least semi-competently, so that I can show people what you're supposed to do.
What if it's a crossbow?
And... see, that's at least a little bit easier. But it's still one of those things of, like, what's the speed of an arrow versus the speed of a bullet? How much power do you have behind, like, a gun versus how much power do you have behind the crossbow?
Poison-tipped arrows.
I mean, even if it's a poison tip arrow, it still comes back to the thing of, like, who's gonna get hit first?
Well, that's if you get
Or
hit
an unskilled person with a... Oh my god. Okay, so...
You still want to keep going with this?
Yes, I'm willing to keep going. I just had to sit for a second and be like... Alright. Because now Titanium's getting in on this. Let's say you have an unskilled person with a gun, an unskilled person with a bow. They don't have to load the weapons. They're just given the weapons, and they shoot them. Which one has the higher accuracy of actually hitting the person that they aim at?
You can argue the crossbow isn't going to be as heavy. So an unskilled person would likely have a better chance of pointing the crossbow in the right direction.
Even if you're using, like, a small handgun?
Yeah, I'm thinking like small crossbow. Like handheld crossbow.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking of too, a small handheld crossbow versus, like, a small handgun.
But yeah, bullets still weigh quite a bit.
Like, my brain is just sitting here, like, with like, the math symbols all around my head at the moment, like... Because I've held empty bullet shells. I've never held actual, like, fresh bullets. So I'm just like... What? It's like, you're telling me these are heavy?
Well, not on their own, but say you stick about 15 of them into a clip and then load them into a gun.
I was thinking more of, like...
17?
A 6-bullet?
Oh, you want to talk a 6-shooter? At that point, you're talking something like a revolver. Which in itself has more
Meanwhile,
problems.
Meanwhile, this is the point in which I'm like, yeah, I know barely anything about guns. It's like, unfortunately, I'm the type of dumbass that would show up to a gunfight with a sword, because that is what I know.
Go to a gunfight with coach than tactical football. Get some healing here. Hey, it's Teak. Screw you, I stab you with the arrow. The only time I've ever actually seen that done in anything is in, I think it was Fellowship of the Ring. Like they're being overrun with Uruk-hai, Legolas is shooting them, and it's like, oh, one's too close, stab him with the arrow, and then use the arrow to shoot the guy behind him.
Hey, see, Teak got the point that I was trying to go with.
Yeah, but when you're talking unskilled, it both come down to luck anyway. And at that point, you're taking the entire thing out of your human equation out of it. Sweet, punch out. Some good work, everybody. Alright, so... God damn it. You want to read that, ChanceEm?
Excuse me, what titanium?
Yep. You heard it here first, folks. ChanceEm is actually a monster.
Well, sure. Please don't fight me to get EXP. I probably won't give you a whole lot of experience.
Alright, let's continue.
Though that does make me... Oh, hello.
Yes, you... Oh, have you made it past all the battles? Yes. Rascals, you grow bolder with each passing day. But you shall fall into despair this time. Cool. Not just that.
It's like I trust the platform.
A legion of my best troops awaits you. Oh, you will die. Okay.
It's like a legion of my best troops. I'm like, is the troll your best troop? Like, that dude is just sitting there like, I trust the platform. Yay!
The platform's been destroyed.
What I was
What do
gonna
we do?
say before.
Awesome. Lady of the Fountains,
Oh,
right
now
here.
we're back to the beginning. Sweet.
Yep.
What I was gonna say before that one part, though, is like, if you had to choose to be a monster, like someone in a video game, RPG, whatever of your choosing, that you know the main character would have to kill you in order to gain experience, what monster would you choose? What would you want to be?
You can always go with Metal Slime. Valuable, everybody wants to kill them, but actually doing so is a very tricky task. High defense and very likely to run at the first opportunity.
I mean, that's a pretty good idea to go with.
Yeah, so this is going to be entirely trial and error.
Tonberry, that's also a good idea.
Unless it's an FF8 Tonberry, in which case, no, we're going to kill 20 of you. 20 or 25? It was...
I think it's 20.
Yeah.
Because I think I was talking with a friend about this recently.
For those who don't know, you kill 20 or 25 Tomberries in FF8 in the area where you recruit Odin, and then Tomberry King will show up, and if you defeat him, you gain the Tomberry King GF.
Mm-hmm. That's right, you get to have the Tonberry King as your girlfriend.
FF8 has, like, yeah, FF8's secret design is probably my favourite. Like, FF10 comes close.
I do have to agree with that. I really do like FF8's design. Favorite.
I think all the summons in FF8 look really nice.
That's also something I agree with.
I think it's one thing FF8 does better than 9. Which is ironic, because the ones in 9 actually play a role in the story.
They do. I had to think for a second. I was like... The thing with getting Tonberry King Titanium is you don't have to do it before you get Odin.
Yeah, I always
like,
get Odin.
You don't have to worry about the timer. That's what I do. That's what I do too. I specifically remember Tonberry King because the first time I played FF8, I was dumb and thought that I had to kill them all while I was in that area. Like, I couldn't stop. And so I proceeded to stay up for like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, trying to find all the Tonberries. And I specifically remember that because I went through like half a pack of Mountain Dew trying to keep myself awake.
Great.
But to answer it on my side, the first monster that came to mind for me were the... I know I'm gonna mispronounce this, but the Emoikanes from Digital Devil Saga. The little spaghetti brains that you do the questionnaire with. Or, like, you have to hit them with a specific element. If you don't do it within, like, one turn, they kind of just run away. So I guess it's on the same level as the metal slimes.
I hate those things.
I'm glad I chose a monster that you apparently hate.
I just hate dealing with them.
I mean, that's fair. Gotta remember they're good advice though. Almighty is for losers.
Yeah, they can fuck off. Okay, so I think Oberon just has high physical defense.
Does he have any weaknesses?
Not that I've hit.
Kind of thing. Because, like, whenever I see a winged monster, I'm surprised they aren't weak to wind, because you would think if you just threw wind at their wings that they would, like, kind of get, like, thrown out of balance, because air pressure and all that, and the need to, like, stabilize to actually keep themselves in the air.
Yeah, I always think electricity.
Like, I was thinking of that as you cast Tornado against him, and I'm just like, wouldn't he just, like, get spun around? Unfortunately, he is not moving for Zap. And he died before we could have any fried fairy.
Because I'm not running with a 4-element list at the minute. Like, something I usually end up doing in other SMT games. Nocturne, not so much because of the way the whole system works. Like, by this point in SMT4, about 40 hours in, generally running with a full set of dines on the main character. Here we go.
Almost time you saved.
I think room 3, the save point partway through the dungeon.
Alright. I was like, I know you got that small terminal, but I was like, how far back was that?
We're up here. We're about here. Here. Right, Titania is resistant to magic, it looks like, but not to physical.
That means we get to punch the fairy.
Are you ready?
Really have anything for that? Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. It really could have been.
Alright, so this one.
Are you ready?
Okay. Alright. Damn, let's open that killer.
Didn't fist the queen hard enough. Apparently she just needed to get double stabbed.
There. The sooner we get to that door, the better. Seriously, prayer is broken, especially in combination with... Oh, I did have something. Especially in combination with meditation. There we go, jeez. Anyway. Take some of that, thank you. Everybody else just punch it. There we go. Sacred water. Let's get out of here.
Would sacred water be like holy water? And in that case, are you able to actually touch it?
You know, just bind, sleep,
You
panic,
know,
and
being like half demon and all.
Well, there isn't really a holy element in the series. Most closest we have is Almighty. But you'll know even the Fallen can use that.
Very true.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
That's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, we can just focus on Titanias for this one.
And now you're cursed. Oh yeah, you're still cursed because we died and we haven't gotten to a fountain.
Yep. You're gonna keep doing that, I'm just gonna keep punching you. Anyway, let's get out of here. Yeah, we already saw this. They say Sakahagi is in the communications tower. Is that supposed to be the communications tower under construction? Uh. Alright, let's do this.
Not sure.
You know, at some point I would like to do a playthrough of the first 2 SMT games. God knows when that'll be. Super old school.
Oh yeah, you took off all the redemptions for games.
I think I left DDS and Legacy Kane on there. No, I did not.
I don't see them. Because I was like, let me see how many points I have, just in case. And even if you did have them up there, I don't have enough points for them. Because I know what your point redemption is.
Yeah, it was 50,000 for SMT1.
Yeah, I have 28.3.
Oh, you did spend 75,000 on this.
I did. And I'm glad. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
It's a good time.
And I know
Are you ready?
it is a good time. And I'm sure
Are you ready?
once we're done with this, you will come over and with me to also play it on my own.
Ah, no, these are the games I could get you to play.
Like, once upon a time, I will get back to being a pirate up in the sky.
Get you to do hard mode on DDX.
You know, I'd actually have fun with that, probably.
Yeah, you'd regret that.
I'd be screaming, probably, while playing it. I'll be like, this is one of my favorite games! One of my favorite games.
I've had that a couple of times with Skies of Arcadia. It's like, yeah, I love the game. This is a fucking terrible design decision.
Like, I'm just thinking, like, the way I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts series right now. On Proud Mode, because Meg is insisting on us going through Proud Mode. And how with Kingdom Hearts 358/2, he was like, fuck Proud Mode, we're going easy mode because I fucking hate the design of this game.
How is that going? So I did pop into the
It's like, I love this
stream to take a
series, I
look last
fucking
night.
hate this series. Mm-hmm.
And I see Megumi's using a handheld camera for capturing the footage directly off of DX. How's that going for her?
Yep. Going old school. We have some difficulties. We were trying something new last night. We were trying to see if she could use her webcam, actually, instead of her phone. And her webcam's not really... Like, she can't get it to set up on the tripod properly. And I have a potential idea to work around for that. And I just need to work in some things. But we might change up the way it's done at some point in the future, but at the moment, we're doing the best we can with it. Speaking of Recoded, that is one of the only Kingdom Hearts games I have never played, so when we get around to that, it's going to be a completely blind playthrough for myself, while Meg actually knows what goes on in Recoded. Like, I haven't even watched the version of it on the HD collection. I'm surprised I haven't really gotten spoiled on anything in it, but then again, it's similar to Chain of Memories in that it's mostly a rehash. But on that regard, I did actually finally get a copy of it this week. Meg found a copy on eBay for really, really cheap. So that's one more copy, more Kingdom Hearts game in my collection finally. But Meg was also very insistent that we played the Kingdom Hearts games on the original hardware. So.
Well, I do think they should have just
That's
made
why we're
350 with 2 days playable on collection.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, if you can make Dream Drop Distance playable, I don't understand why you couldn't just convert both recoded and 358/2 into being playable.
Well, they could have, they just chose not to.
Like, I really have to ask the question of, is it more work just make those into, like, HD cutscenes versus making it playable even in its original graphical quality?
Well, the assets are all there. Both 358 with 2 days and recoded both days could just use the same assets out of the previous games for the most part.
That's very true.
I think with the exception of Twilight Town, which is just taken from Kingdom Hearts 2, its entire layout, everything is the Kingdom Hearts 1 layout. Except Neverland, which might have been new. I forget.
Neverland was in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, but I was only the ship and the clock tower.
Very true. Very true. Might be closer to Birth by Sleep then, because I know Birth by Sleep came out close to that time. But Birth by Sleep was after 358/2 days.
Yeah.
But it still could have been a thing of, like, while they were working on Birth by Sleep, because I don't know how many teams they have working for Kingdom Hearts. But back then, like, they could have had the assets that they were working with for Birth by Sleep and just put them in 358/2, because I don't remember. I don't remember most of what's actually playable in 358/2, to be honest. I just remember the story.
Kingdom Hearts 1 Agrabah layout. Kingdom Hearts 1 Halloween Town layout. A little bit of the castle that never was. You don't actually get to run through the world.
Which I mean, since they have they have Rechain of Memories as well, so they would already have the assets for that.
You get confused with Castle Oblivion?
Slightly. I think I misheard you a moment ago. But, because the world that never was is actually Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
And in regards to it having a similar thing to FF10 Sphere Grid, I wouldn't exactly say that. Something that's close to the FF10 Sphere Grid. Well, I mean, we've already brought this. Well, I know Chrono's brought up that there's a game that's very, like, basically just an FF10 clone in playability. But as far as the sphere grid goes, I feel like something that's close to it would be the Crystariums from Final Fantasy XIII, but the ones in Final Fantasy XIII are like a very bare bones version of the sphere grid.
I wouldn't compare them. The sphere grid gave you options, especially later on as it branched out a little, unless you were using the expert sphere grid, which gave the ability to go everywhere from the start. Crystarium was always linear.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a very, very bare bones version. Because you're not able to jump between the different areas unless you choose a different paradigm. And when you're actually leveling the various paradigms, like, the most you have the option of is, like, do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Do you want to go up?
Yeah, but it also becomes a thing
That's basically what I mean by it being very bare bones.
It also becomes a thing of, did you go left? Cool, you've done everything there, which was 2 nodes, now go back and go right.
Oh, you're referring to Recoded. Okay. Sorry, I apologize about that, Titanium. Because I know somebody brought up last night about how the leveling in 358/2 reminded them of Final Fantasy X, and I was just kind of like, what? As like the panels in 358/2 is not similar to Final Fantasy X.
No. Awesome.
We got a life stone.
Yeah, I didn't feel like running around for that. Alright, let's get through this. No, 358 with 2 days leveling, I can't really think of anything else that had a leveling system similar to that.
Yeah, I really can't think of it either, because 358/2, the way you level is like you basically have to equip your level. And it's really weird to the fact of like, okay, you got a block that says you get 1 level. Now you have to equip that block, or else it doesn't count.
Hey, Star. Brief background sounds are just what this game does.
Welcome to the SMT aesthetic.
Best incarnation of the SMT aesthetic. It remains to be seen whether 5 will top it.
Very true. I feel like the trailer that was shown at E3 wasn't the best of trailers that they could have done for it.
No, I thought the E3 trailer was pretty shit.
Yeah, there was like a trailer I saw after it.
If you want to beat your own
There was a
sack,
trailer I saw
Star,
after it.
if you want to beat your own sack, that's your choice. Don't really condone it, but we don't really condemn it.
But as I was saying, there was a trailer that they showed after. I was trying to think of a witty comeback, but I unfortunately
You unfortunately left on
Can't
my mother's
add
teeth.
anything onto that. God damn it, Chrono.
Anyway.
There was a trailer I saw for SMT5 shortly after E3 that I was just kind of sitting there like, why didn't they show this one at E3?
Yeah, I think because Crag found a trailer, our buddy Kragan found a trailer for SMT5 that he showed in his Discord that was different. It wasn't the E3 trailer or the Japanese version of that trailer. It was a different trailer, and I watched that because I've watched the E3 trailer, I watched the Japanese E3 trailer, and then I watched that trailer. And that trailer, which it's presented in English, but the game is in Japanese. It's a much
Yeah, I
better
think
trailer.
that's the trailer I saw.
Yeah, it's a much better trailer than the E3 one. The E3 one had me less interested in the game than I'd ever been.
Yeah, like the E3 one was just like, ooh, there's demons. You're in the apocalypse now. Ooh. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like that's SMT. You got anything else to explain here?
They're trying to make me care why I'm going through a post-apocalyptic desert world again. Yeah, no, sound design in this game is very much on point. Which is kind of one of the issues the HD version has of its compressed sound.
Which is also just kind of like an issue in general of some companies being really lazy with their HD remasters.
Like Silent Hill. The weirdest thing with both Silent Hill HD and Zone of the Enders HD is that Konami had previously put out Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which is a fantastic HD collection.
I'm glad to have the Chrono seal of approval that Metal Gear Solid's HD collection is actually fantastic.
Yeah, I own it on all its systems.
I used to have Metal Gear Solid games, but I had to sell them off. And I've been trying to debate, it's like, how should I get them again? So to know that the HD collection is actually good, it's like, cool, I'll try and look for a copy of that then.
No, I don't have it on PS3 anymore. I have it on 360 because they're all backwards compatible. But I also have it on Vita, and you know what? It's really good on Vita. MGS 2 and 3 on Vita, fantastic. Really solid work. The collection itself was done by Bluepoint, which do great stuff, and you know they went on to do stuff like Gravity Rush Remastered, Shadow of the Colossus remake, and most recently did the Demon's Souls remake on PS5.
Oh, nice. Oh, hello, Sakahagi. Shit.
Yeah, you don't have the Guy Savage bit. Snake vs. Monkey also isn't in MGS3 HD. Peace Walker is fun, especially in co-op. The biggest problem with Peace Walker is it has some of the worst boss fights in the series. Just bullet sponges.
I'm not sure who did Sakahagi previously. I'm going to guess it was you, though, based off of something I have in my list.
Which is?
I wrote down Strange Mannequin. And I think that might have been the name he was first presented us with.
Yeah, it makes sense. You have noticed on what the voice was? In a while.
No, I do not, unfortunately.
Nope. Alright. Yeah, I've done MGS2 on stream. I did it as the HD collection. At some point, I do want to go back and do it, skipping all the cutscenes to prove that game can be done. I did the plant chapter in 8 hours. It was on single sessions stream. And
I remember seeing that stream.
yeah, it was a fucking regret, obviously. But yeah, okay. How much of the game do we have
you
left?
were, like, exhausted.
You know, it's not actually that much. I could get this all done today. I failed to take into account the next 3 hours of cutscenes. It was like, okay, so an hour 45 for Tanker, 8 hours for Plant. And at some point I want to go back and do all of it, skipping all the cutscenes, and prove that MGS2 is easily doable in about 3 hours-ish, under that. Maybe, which will prove that MGS2 is over 50% cutscene.
Meanwhile, it's just Kojima being like, I want to make a movie. You are not allowed to make a movie. I'm going to make a movie with minimal gameplay, so it's a game.
Yeah, for that I'll probably go back to the PS2 version, do Substance. MGS3, when I get around to that, I'm just going to do the HD version. Portable Ops will be the PSP game, of course. Peace Walker will be the HD version. 4 will be on PS3 because it's the only thing available on. And then I really have to decide if I'm actually going to do MGS5 at any point.
So, if you do ever do MGS5, would that be Ground Zeroes, and then
It would be both, yes.
Phantom Pain?
Yep.
Okay, so it would be both.
The codec calls are my biggest criticism with MGS2. The cutscenes aren't necessarily a bad thing. So many cutscenes just stop for no good reason to say, let's do this on a codec call. And so, instead of actually watching something happening, you're watching two talking heads for way longer than you really want to be.
Probably saved on disk space back then. It's like, could we have this be a cutscene? Nah, let's just have it be like a flat screen, a flat animated.
You say that, but MGS3, like Star says, is much better balanced. And is still one disc. And is a longer game. And has way more dialogue.
Okay, that's fair.
When it comes down to it, MGS5 just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. There's fun to be had with MGS5, but it is incomplete. It does just stop. And at the end of the day, you realise it's like 70 plus hours of nothing. Alright, so let's get into Sakahagi.
Alright, do your worst, Chrono.
It's nice to have visitors, but this is ridiculous. You too, huh? You should have thought twice before coming here. They all come from Megatsui. Then they found out that it's already mine. There was a girl who showed up not long before you. Yeah, I taught her a lesson. Painful one. Did I tell you before? I won't be used like this. With all my Megatsui, I'll be the one using them. Not just any demons, even the strong ones. That skin of yours will make a nice coat!
Yeah, he's gonna use you to make a coat because he wants to go to a rave. He wants to have that glow-in-the-dark jacket.
How did I know it was going to be this guy?
He wants your glowing...
Grimaleka?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What are you, some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that?
Republic credits will do fine.
No, they won't!
Yeah, it's a very fair point. People give 4 a lot of shit for having a really crazy cutscene to gameplay ratio, but 2 was worse and its cutscenes were less interesting. Because they were mostly codec calls. Alright.
Time to take on Cyclops Elephant Man. He wishes he had a Sharingan.
Yuri Makala. Jira Makala? I don't fucking know.
Whatever it is, it's vile.
Jimmy.
Come here, Jimmy. He looks like a Jimmy.
Okay, so we do what we do, and what we do is open up with the debuffs. Okay, if we do a pass here and then go back here, we can immediately follow up with another War Cry, and that is Fog Breath and War Cry done. Okay, never mind.
So you're gonna do Fog Breath and War Cry again?
I'm gonna do Fog Breath again because he did Sakahagi. Like, you don't. If there's anything you don't want to let enemies stack up, it's Sakahagi. Oh yeah, Repel's physical. Which means we want a different team for this. You know, I've never heard Bane do it, but I imagine Bane probably does do a better Watto voice. Unicorn would probably be a good idea for this. Charge is a good one to have. And I should check if anybody has the Kunda. And there's the death.
I wanted to give you ghosties.
Thank you, gents. I get back in your hole.
Like I said at the beginning of this whole streaming thing, you know, I'm just slowly digging that hole. It's not going to be too much for me to just add another shovel full, like get another shovel full of dirt out of this hole.
Unicorn with Rakakaja, Sukakaja, Terukaja, Warcry. Not a bad idea.
Titanium's trying to call you out.
No, by phase 17, they'll have run out of stuff to adapt from the comics. We're already seeing the signs to begin with of the comics basically following the movies anyway. Yeah, I think Unicorn's the best idea. What does Kushinada have? Hmm. When we get out of here, we're gonna have to start doing some fusions.
Definitely do, because I was thinking, I was like, it's been a while since we've done fusions, hasn't it?
We've not wanted to lose any of the really useful stuff we've got.
You know who Sakahagi reminds me of a little bit?
Who's that?
In design, reminds me of the kid from SMT4 Apocalypse, like with the hair and stuff.
Ah, yeah, I can kind of see.
And it's one of those things of, it's interesting to see, like, between this game and SMT4 Apocalypse, that's like almost a decade and a half between those two games, isn't it?
Because
this was like
2002. 2014, maybe? I don't know. I can see the Jirahim
Was Apocalypse
thing,
2014? I thought. Huh?
I can see Jirahim, definitely.
I can definitely see that in his design. Give that. Which also kind of reminds me, with the release of Skyward Sword HD next week, I'm kind of surprised that that's not one of the amiibos they chose.
2016.
2016. So yeah, almost a decade and a half between this and SMT4 Apocalypse.
Nanashi's design is probably my
Well, it's
least
been
favourite
5
design
years.
of any of the SMT protagonists. Like, I really don't like Nanashi's design.
I still need to get a copy of Apocalypse. It's one thing that I keep, like, kind of kicking myself for, is, like, I keep missing the sales on the 3DS. I probably also need to get a bigger SD card for my 3DS, because I just got, like, the bare minimum size with it.
Well, the max that it says you can have is 32. What it really means is that you need a micro SD card formatted to FAT32. And the standard that Windows will do for that is up to 32 gig. But if you get yourself an external program, you can do it for anything. So I have a 128 gig in mind, but the 3DS will only store so much on the home screen.
Completely understandable. Well, I'm much more of a physical collector for games, obviously. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm kicking myself that 3 things come out on the same day at the end of this month. Because we have Intui and Great Ace Attorney Chronicles on the same day at the end of July. But also, the Asian version of the Blaster Master Zero trilogy, it literally will be about the same price for me to import a trilogy collection that has English on it than it will be to buy all the English versions. So, I'm just like, why do they all have to be on the same day, though? But a part of me, because I feel more comfortable getting digital games on the DS, because my very first digital game that I got, well, okay, it wasn't my very first, because I got a bunch of dumb shit on the DSi. But when it comes to the 3DS, at least, it was my first 3DS game that I downloaded, was actually Azure Striker Gunvolt. And that gave me some solace in feeling I actually owned a digital game I bought, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And I know you and I have had conversations about this in the past, Chrono, about how since the 3DS is a portable system, you're less likely to be forced to be online when you're playing a game for it. Because of what was going on with the whole, like, PS3 stuff.
Mm.
Which is weird to think that, PSP Store, I think, died this last week.
Well, they did
If
say
not
that you can
this
still
last week,
buy.
it dies at the end of the month.
They did say you can still get PSP stuff off PS3 and Vita stores.
Interesting. How does that work, actually? Like, do you just download it and then transfer it to, like, connect your PSP somehow and transfer it that way?
Well, the way I always
Or I know
installed
you,
PSP games on my PSP was download them through the PS3 and then connect them via USB cable and transfer.
Huh.
Same with the PS1 games on the system.
Interesting. Again, I'm not much of a digital person, so I've never really bought digital PSP games.
Well, I only started
And
doing
when
it
it comes to, like,
with the Vita.
And when it comes to buying stuff off the store, I'm like, well, I'll just go to the store on the actual console.
Listen, I really just started doing it with the Vita when I bought the Vita.
I need to play my Vita more. It's a good system.
And then I got the PSP Go, which was digital only, so like, some of the stuff on there.
I almost got a PSP Go. I almost. The main reason I almost got it was because there was a glitch in GameStop system one day, and it was ringing up for $30. Brand new.
It's a nice little system. Its digital focus was probably ahead of its time. But it is
In which that comes back with the PS5 now.
It is a really nice little portable unit. Very compact. I do like that.
Yeah, the whole thing though with the PSP Go, it's like bringing it for $30. It's like, oh, I don't think I can sell this to you. And then like 10 to 5 minutes later, they got like an email being like, it's been fixed in the system. It's like, oh, yeah, sorry, it was a glitch. It's like, well, damn.
I think I paid between £60 and £70 for mine. I managed to get it on eBay. I was actually at work at the time when the auction ended.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hit on my phone. Nice little system. Good stuff. See this. Chakra Drill. Chakra Pop. Which I'm only going to do because this guy needs magic.
Yeah, 'cause you had a dick of a fairy kind of take one of your other chakra drops.
Yeah. I'm playing with that shit. Tornado is a decent attack type. Having Daisoju here with meditation, and it's a good thing I did give him Zionga as well. Means that Daisoju is always going to be capable of attacking. What the fuck?
You okay there, capture card?
No, I don't think it's the capture card.
Did you hit Jimmy hard enough that he just blue screened? He rage quit your game for you?
I mean, it's not the capture card, it's the fucking component to HDMI converter.
Oh shit.
Alright, give me a second.
Okay. You return.
Yeah,
It's the lion in the Speedo. It was too much for the signal to handle.
That's how
I don't think...
how I capture.
I feel that. I have a component to HDMI converter myself.
I only have this one actually because I got it for the Dreamcast. It's a VGA to HDMI, but it also has a component. Which I mean. And with that, I was like,
I actually have...
You get component cables for PS2 then?
So my PS2, when I got it, actually came with component cables because mine I got as a birthday gift for my 16th birthday. but it was bought used, and the place it was bought used from was like, as long as you have, you know, some type of cable that connects to the TV, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the one I got just had component cables with it, and my TV at the time didn't have component on it, so I had to use my PS1 CA cables to be able to actually play it until I eventually got, you know, a flat screen TV. But I have an art.
I think it was still on the PS2 to HDMI adapter, which, yeah. Could be worse.
Yeah, I have an RCA to HDMI adapter, a component to HDMI adapter, and then an HDMI splitter. So I'm covered on fronts.
I have S-Video to HDMI for the N64. It's the best video quality you can get out of the N64 without modding the system. I don't think the RGB
S-Video?
mods. Yeah, S-Video.
Huh.
Because for some fucking reason, the N64 was further behind the times than the Super Nintendo was in terms of video output.
I'm kind of surprised because the SNES that I had has S-Video.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo
It doesn't
had
have-
S-Video. It also had RGB support, which is a better video solution.
Weird. I gotta look at my Super Nintendo now. Because I remember, like, when I got a TV, I was sad because I was like, I used the S-Video for cable, and it was like, well, now how am I gonna hook up my Super Nintendo? It's like, my N64, I didn't know, I legitimately didn't know the N64 had S-Video output. Because I've only ever used RCA for N64. Like, actually, my N64 is right here. I'm gonna grab my N64. It's like literally like, my bookcase.
Hey,
around the
Magic.
corner.
How you doing, buddy? Throw down another meditation. Tornado. Withdraw Kushinada. Axe. Xeon. Not doing too bad, Magic. Not doing too bad. The Beast Eye thing.
And now I return.
The Beast Eye thing has a cost because it replaces Beast Eye costs a turn to cast and gives you 2 half turns. With a half turn, you can't gain an extra turn off that half turn. Is the point. So Beast Eye and Dragon Eye, which like Dragon Eye gives you 4 extra half turns. If you hit a weakness with a full turn, you gain a half turn. But if you hit a weakness with a half turn, you don't gain anything. If you get what I mean.
So hey there, Magic. The press turn system is actually... I really like the press turn system. I feel it's a very fair system.
Everything works the same way for you as it does the enemies.
Mm-hmm. And in regards of the half turn is the thing of like, okay, you get an extra... Like, what just happened? you get an extra turn because you hit a critical, you hit a weakness or something like that. But you can't constantly stack that up. Like, there's only a limit to how much you can stack that up. Because, whatever works for you also works for your enemy. So even if you're able to, like, if you were able to endlessly stack that up, your enemy would also be able to endlessly stack that up. And that would just be mind-numbing in some situations. So I'm glad that, like, on a half turn, you can't just keep building on that half turn, you know?
Yeah.
And checking my N64 does not have an S video output.
No, it's the same input that the Super Nintendo and GameCube use. You get S-video cables from that. But yeah, the N64 supports composite, RF cable, and S-video. But the actual connection itself is the same between Super Nintendo, N64, and GameCube. Fucking die, goddamn. There we go. Alright, you son of a bitch. We lost ChanceEm.
You're one hell of a monster. Used all that Magatsuri to summon that demon, and look what happened! Enough of this! Anyone who gets in my way dies!
Epipescent. I didn't hear you say Europe. So it was already in the process of kicking you out when you said it. Nice. Comprehensive fun. The N64 I use now is actually a Japanese N64. I got a Japanese N64 for the video options because to get S-video out of a European 64 requires a lot of finagling and specific cables. And in the end, it was easier for me to pick up a Japanese Hmm. Chrono Punch.
How can I lose to a guy like this?
Ah, yeah. That's my ninja way. Absolutely not going to learn Mamudo. Physical mid damage. No. Another mannequin rejected. I found a triangle. Hmm. I am not walking back through all of that. Oh yeah, the fairies had gone crazy, hadn't they? Okay, let's try this again then. Thanks, it's also fucking worthless. Evil power from her heart, you say? Huh. You know, I don't know what we do with a hat, honestly, Titanium, because this game doesn't have equipment. Hmm. So that would be Chiaki. Yeah, no, not having to balance equipment isn't necessarily a bad thing. SMC4 has the whole thing of your equipment does actually alter your appearance. Alright, let's see if Ms. Threat is still here. And ChanceEm's coming back, just in time to voice his own character.
I live! Alright. I have returned. I had to completely reset my system. I apologize about that.
Yeah, that's cool. It happens.
Alright. Let me go ahead and set up Discord. Alright. There we go. You came back. I knew I could count on you. I felt it when the evil presence faded away. Does that mean you have the Yahirino Himorogi? Thought I'd mispronounced it at first. Oh, so the Matsui was used up already. Can I have it then, since you have no use for it? Doesn't even wait to listen to your answer. This brings me one step closer to creating my world. My god will surely teach me the reason now.
Every interaction we have with her really just proves she is the weakest character.
Which is unfortunate, because she was cool until the one thing happened.
Yep. Except it turns out she never really was. She's a follower. She always needs somebody to guide her. She can't make her own decisions. Oh boy.
Here we go again. Freedom is the cliff that overlooks the abyss, the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, well, when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realise there's nothing left. So I've been laughing and blasting for so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. You know what I can do about that?
The grave awaits even the victor at the end of the road.
But my name isn't Victor.
Show me your heart. Fool who bears the name Freedom. Because of your name, you will carry the burden of plague, pain, and ridicule. Do you fear the suffering and humiliation?
No. I've been through worse.
Fool who bears the name Freedom. Because of your name, you will live a life of betrayal, rejection, and defeat. Do you fear the deceit, the torment?
Feels like deceit is all I know. Everybody has their own purpose, their own goals they're trying to play. It feels like they're either trying to use me to accomplish them, or kill me to prevent me from interfering with them. So no, I don't fear that.
Go and see the world with your own eyes. There are forces vying for creation. Without judging their reasons, your world will not come to be. Side with them or side against them. Only then will your world be born. Remember that lo, a new force, is about to emerge in Ikebukuro. I too will become a force with this woman. Remember that you are what is right. That is my truth.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, Clem. Aradia. You still won't give me the reason? What am I missing?
A backbone.
I think it's time for me to go. Staying here won't do me any good.
Nah, then go fuck yourselves to Aradia, Clem. We're really starting to get deep into the philosophy of specific reasons in characters. And learning why I disagree with all of them.
I should see for myself what kind of world others are trying to create.
Why, so you can follow one of them instead?
Thank you, Satoshi. I'll see you again sometime.
Ikebukuro. Gozu-tennoh is on the rise again. And that's where we last saw Hikawa.
It is. Also, I need to run to the bathroom really fast.
Alright.
I will be right back. Look, you can say no all you want, but my bladder is like, bro.
I didn't say no, I said alright.
Oh, I thought you said no.
No.
It like came across like kind of half there. But I'll be right back.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, it's one of the enjoyable things that we get in as we get deeper into Nocturne. Because Nocturne doesn't have the specific idea of law chaos neutral that many other SMT games do. Focuses specifically on reasons and the philosophies of those reasons that other people believe the new world should follow. And you can choose to agree with them, but ultimately you have to make your decision on who you agree with and who you don't. Yeah, he's been waiting all day for that. Alright. Do the heals. And we should do some fusions. Okay, and let's see what we can get. Alright, so Unicorn is probably something we should replace.
Hola.
Welcome back, ChanceEm.
I return.
What did you do, Clem?
You say welcome back to me and then ask Clem what did he do, and I'm just like, I summoned? Did I miss something?
Heat and humidity is a real issue. The place I'm working at thankfully has air conditioning, which is really nice, but when you go into the window display, there is no air conditioning in there. Just walk in, it's like a fucking sauna.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm learning about where I live at the moment is like in the past I've lived in areas that have been like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm realizing that those areas when I lived in them, I lived near a body of water of some kind. I don't have that where I live now. So this last week when it was like 100, 105 or so, I was sitting here dying because I was like, there's no moisture in the air whatsoever. It was just completely like just dry heat, and I was like, I cannot handle this.
Honestly, Clint, I'm surprised you didn't decide to stream Code Veronica HD from Xbox. You're doing the PS2 Classic version on PS4. I don't like any of this. Still haven't got any use out of Pazuzu. Didn't realize what you were buying. That's fair enough. I guess we're not fusing anything right now.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not happy with anything there. And a bunch of them still have stuff we can get out of them, especially Pazuzu. I guess me Principality. Shikome. And Shikome. What if? Never thought.
What is your brain thinking?
You'll find out in a minute. God damn it. We got a question of how hard is it going to be to climb up the Mantra Tower again.
Can you not take the elevator for the Mantra Tower?
That's what we'll find out. Yeah, let's go with Principality. Don't fucking want hammer. Offer Oni as a sacrifice.
We getting us an angel?
Yep. The 3 demons that we've got that we're not going to get any real use out of again. That are all fully done. So we wait for full Kagetsuchi so we can do the sacrificial fusion. It means hairy dick, Clem. There you go, the rare full Kagetsuchi sacrificial fusion. And now we have a principality that is, I think, that is 6 levels above what it was going to be. And of course, the problem with the sacrificial fusion is all the skills I had lined up for it changed.
Ah, shit.
Oh well, that's not a big deal. Alright, Ikebukuro. A little late now, so I think we'll leave off the second Kalpa for next. Or we'll redo that.
We'll eventually get back to them, and
Yeah.
hopefully not have to do all of them back to back to back, because that might be mind-numbing.
It'll be pretty draining, yeah. I don't save because I don't know what we're gonna be walking. We don't know what we're gonna be walking into out there.
Always good to throw down a save.
SMC4 reached the point where I'd take a few steps, get into a battle, finish that battle, and then save. Then repeat. Of course, SMT4 did feel like it could take the piss a little more because you could save anywhere.
I do have to admit, I appreciate games that let you save wherever you want to save.
Especially handheld games.
Especially handheld games.
So what's going on in here? I always say when you get a handheld game, it just won't let you save for long periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few PSP games that are actually really bad about that.
That's one thing that's a little bit frustrating about, like, some older RPGs that were ported to handheld systems is, like, kind of forgets that you're not sitting in front of a TV with it.
It's one of the big reasons these days to just use emulators. Save where you want with save states. Not even for save screen purposes, just for the ability to stop. Wait a minute. Monsters here are still the same monsters before when we were here the first time.
It seems like it so far.
But what if the goal isn't to go up this time?
Huh. Go back down towards the cells?
There's that door down there that we haven't been through.
That's very true. Because, I forget the name of the demons, but there were some demons that were blocking it, weren't there?
I don't remember. I remember why we didn't go through it. It doesn't look like this is actually the way. This might have been somewhere we could get to earlier, actually. Or maybe it's one of those weird things you find in RPGs every now and then that's like, yeah, no, your stats have to be above a certain point. Who knows?
Maybe faking you out. Using, like, lower level enemies to make you think you're not supposed to go this way.
Well, that was worth it.
Hello. Wasn't expecting to have a Magatama just be there.
A pretty beefy one, too. Very risky. They're weak to force, expel, and death. But resist to physical. And of course, plus 10 to vitality and strength. Hmm. Nine left. There's the one in the Ikebukuro tunnels. I feel like there was another one we knew the location of. I can't remember it.
Did you get all the ones in
Asakusa. Yeah.
Asakusa? Yeah. My brain was like fusing that and Fudomimi together, and I was just like, that's not right.
No, but you are right, I didn't get those.
Because I know you got one of them, but I don't think you got all of them.
I didn't have the money.
Yeah, because they were really pricey ones.
Okay, so we just go through the sensor. This feels more ominous than last time. This entire
It does.
setup.
It's darker. I feel it's darker than last time, even though you still have the fire and stuff.
Yeah.
Just something about it seems off.
Yeah, I'm really weirded out by the lack of resistance.
It's like just kind of a little bit too easy.
Yeah. I don't like it. Especially with Hikawa supposed to be here. And this is still someone we ran across earlier.
Hmm.
I'm sure the music wasn't like this the first time.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like I can't hear the music.
Yeah.
Alright, what you got? What you got for us? Oh, hello. It's time for you.
Woman,
Uh,
what brings you to this place? Why do you bear such anger?
Their power, I feel. It was you? Oh, you weren't dead after all.
fuck. You fucking forgot it's Dr. Phil, Chiaki.
Were you calling out for me, gozu-tennoh?
Ever since I fell into Nihil's trap, my spirit has been drifting. But not for 1 minute have I forgotten the rage that I felt on that day.
The day that I felt on that rage.
Saw power, but I failed to get it. No matter what trials I face, how much I get hurt, my reason will not change. At this rate, my reason will be lost.
Woman, accept my spirit. I once strove to protect the world from the followers of stillness. However, what we should have done instead was build a kingdom ruled by strength. Of course, I would have never succeeded if I was a human. If I could have had her, then the outcome may have been different.
And if your power can help me strong, can make me strong, help me create my world.
Your reason is one with our king. I shall entrust you with my last remaining strength. Woman, accept my spirit. Be the strength that guides all demons.
Oh dear. That looks just slightly painful.
So she's supposed to have lost her arm to Sakahagi, but I'm pretty sure you could see her arm just before gozu-tennoh gave her his power.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it looks more like her arm just kind of grew bigger rather than, you know, it jutting out or something like that.
It's hot. Like my hand is on fire. Look at me, Satoshi. I'm beautiful. Don't you agree? Strength and beauty are one and the same. Now I have the power to shape my own destiny. Ah, I can see. I can see those who seek Yasuga flock into this land. It is within my grasp. My utopia. My ideal world. Ha 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 ha. Then we just left.
It's just like, okay, yeah, you have fun with that. Bye.
So... we now have the two pseudo-fiends.
Ooh.
Chiaki and Isamu are both no longer human.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like... was like, Chiaki is very obviously no longer human there. They kind of saw that we were a demi-fiend, and they were like, I want to be a demi-fiend.
Well, not immediately, which, you know, is probably one of the better character ideas. Like, the reaction immediately was not jealousy or envy. Really just struggle to survive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I do have to ask the question, though, of, like, if she lost her arm to Sakahagi, how did she make it all the way up this tower? Like, you would think demons would probably see this human missing an arm and be like, probably be easy to catch and get some Magatsui out of, you know?
And it begs the question of how she got as far as she did to begin with. Demons would likely still think easy to catch and drain of Magatsui, whether she's missing an arm or not.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I want to try and get this guy. Both your controllers on your Xbox are dead.
It's like, hey, we have a... It's like, we have an angel friend in our party.
Oh no.
Not that type of angel,
Angel.
but...
I wonder if Ikawa had any luck. Not Ikawa. Jiri. Frank F. Johnson. I wonder if he's had any luck with his goal yet. Interesting. An angel praising the idea of the world where the strong survive.
It's like, will you jump off? Yep. Whee! Ouchie.
So where was Hikawa during all of that?
He's just like hiding behind like the gozu-tennoh. I'm just like, nobody pay attention to me. Pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Okay, well, Chiaki's leading the mantra, it seems.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense that it's like, hers is the reason of strength, and the mantra won't go down without a fight. The mantra's reborn, you know. Kind of fits along with her whole thing.
Her joining the mantra was never really in question.
Oh, hello. Hey, Satoshi. I can't believe what happened in Ikebukuro.
How the fuck do you know what happened in Ikebukuro?
The return of gozu-tennoh. I hope it won't create even bigger problems. I bet you're wondering how I know about it already. Well, nothing escapes me now.
You're gonna turn around and half your face is gonna be fucked up.
I can learn anything with the power of a mala, just by using this terminal. For example, here's what's going on right now in the Vortex world. Hikawa is on his way to the hold up. Some girl named Ai has inherited the power of gozu-tennoh. There's an abandoned temple where a ton of Magatsui lies forgotten. Mannequins are gathered in Mifunashiro, their holy ground, demanding their reason. And that's all you really need to know right now. You see, no one knows more about the Vortex world than I do. That's why I should be the one creating the new world.
Okay.
Not Hikawa, or your teacher, or even you. I could truly change the world. Me, and me alone. Everything in existence. It's Chance. It me. Damn it. You should be dead. I won't let you have the power of a mala. What? Noises. Because everything went by a little bit too fast. I disappeared into the spaghetti network. Got lost in the sauce.
No. Fuck him.
It's like, well, that seems like a you problem.
Yeah.
Go have fun, buddy.
I was like, yeah, no, I should rule the world, because I'm the one who knows everything. Fuck you for helping me learn everything.
It's one of those things of like, yeah, you totally haven't been the ghost writer person for my Patreon this whole time. It's like, totally me. I've been the one learning everything.
No. Yeah, we're okay with that for now. Did you have any Magatamas left over? You did not, I bought all of them.
Okay, so we did get all of them here.
No, it was the collector mannequin then.
That's still... Oh. That makes sense. The collector mannequin will be the one with the Magatama.
Hmm. I'll just bring in another one, come on.
It's like, he was his... They were his +1 to the party.
Should have read the invitations more closely then. Alright, collect some money. 3 more here. Healing type is definitely...
That's almost twice the amount that you currently have.
Yeah. Physical type's not a bad idea either. Focus on that. It's a shame this game doesn't really have vendor trash.
Be nice to be able to, like, sell stuff back.
Like, Digital Devil Saga had the cells and the plants.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Digital Devil Saga also had a much bigger focus on actually buying because of the way the mantra system works.
Mm-hmm. Because you actually had to spend money. A lot of money to get various skills.
I don't know where the Dire building is now. Don't know where that temple he was talking about is. Let's go get it. We need more information.
It's like, damn it, get your ass back here.
Well.
Satoshi.
Chance.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I asked you first.
I asked you second.
You came here to see me?
I came here to see your weird face nipples, yes.
Or were you worried about that guy?
No, delusions of grandeur, especially on that scale in this world, no.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. Just about ready to perform the ceremony to summon the god of Musubi.
Okay, sounds like you're starting a cult.
If you want to help out, come to Amala Temple with me. It's just down this passageway. That guy's coming with me. In fact, I better get going now. Don't keep me waiting, alright, Satoshi?
What is with you people and fucking walking?
Look, if you had the ability to teleport or walk, what would you choose?
And walk. Don't let people know you can teleport like that. Use it as a trump card.
Oh, it's this dude again. Rip Karna's voice.
I was waiting. I figured it out. Kill all who get in my way. You are like me. This time, I will kill you and become happy. Die!
I was gonna say, did this thing just, like, figure out, like, the cure to depression?
And we're gonna deal with this fucking shit again. What do you think, ChanceEm? How bad is it gonna be?
I have a feeling there's gonna be something that's gonna be a trump card on the Spectre side that could potentially be bad.
Yeah, probably.
Because each time we fought it, each time we've come in here, there's been something.
Nothing else to do but dive into it.
Very true.
Now let's see how this goes.
I just kill you. That's all I do. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
I'm sad I was just slightly too slow to get a screenshot of that. Even if I die, I will not die. Logic.
People don't die when they're killed. Don't you know?
Even if you kill him, he will not die. And I know you were quoting Fate. I was just quoting the Tales of the Abyss anime because, of course, there would be something stupid like that in it.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, hello, you come back.
Oh, that didn't work.
Well, that's frustrating.
Yeah. Zoom reflects all magic. Which means you need to focus on physical. Means Rajanag is not a bad idea for this. Who else? I guess it's finally Pazuzu's time to show.
Lion Man in a Speedo. Show us the power of the Speedo, oh great Lion Man.
If we keep this up, we might have it.
And just kind of slow going with it.
Try and take them all out together. Or multiply them. Alright. It does put them back down at 3. So nice to finally get a fight where physical
Now
is
we're
a
at
good
2.
focus. Because we've not been doing super great for magical variety to begin with. Physical. I think we got physical.
I very much think we do have physical. But also, I just had a thought that, like, the Spectre probably is going around thinking that it's, like, your ultimate, like, arch nemesis, and you're just kind of like, who the fuck is this guy?
Ah, this bitch again. I reckon the chances are this last one's going to be the real issue. Oh, there you go. Got that prep.
Nope.
Focus
I guess that actually
is...
wasn't that bad.
Focus is such a simple ability, but like it Really pays off sometimes. No. Honestly, as much as I would love to give Rajanaga Void Fire, because fire being his only weakness, getting rid of that would be fantastic. Then I don't remember if Void Fire is an ability or a passive in this. But it doesn't matter because, like, we can't afford to give up any of those skills. And that's that.
Into the light we run. And here we are.
Okay.
We're on the main map. But also, what's the diet building?
Diet building is a building in Tokyo, a governmental building.
Interesting.
Never heard of it before?
No, I haven't.
It has come up in the series before.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just kind of sitting here like, why is it called the diet building? Like, I was wondering if, like, that might be a weird translation or something.
If I remember rightly, it'd come up in Devil Survivor as well.
I never finished Devil Survivor, so that's on me.
That way I sorted out for you to play DS games does work, doesn't it?
Yes. I mean, I own Devil Survivor.
But you don't have a way of streaming it from your cartridge.
No, I don't. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I understand. Maybe I will do that SMT versus Fire Emblem or something of the sort.
You mean Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
No, I was more so thinking of if I ever do a series like what Teak is doing.
Oh, so do
where
the
he's doing Dragon Quest
do
and
the
Final
strategy SMT games.
I was just thinking the series in general.
Oh, fair enough. Feel like you'd regret that.
I probably would. But I enjoy SMT. Like, I enjoy the aesthetics, the art style, all of that type of stuff, so it's like, I need to finish the games I at least own already. It's like, it's either we do SMT and Fire Emblem, or it's SMT and Star Ocean. And I feel like Fire Emblem might balance out a little bit here, as far as, like, number of games that exist. And I did also recently pick up Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I've had that for a while.
As what I
did
saw
the first
online.
stage.
The quote that I saw online for Fire Emblem Three Houses that always makes me laugh is Fire Emblem Three Houses in a basement. Because of the DLC that was added.
That looks interesting.
Play games you own? Psh. Yeah, don't you know what you really are supposed to do is just replay the same games you've played before over and over? You don't play new games you own.
Interesting looking place.
Jeez, you're finally here. You really are a nosy guy.
Yeah, you seem to be bipolar. You invited me here, remember?
Well, it doesn't matter to me anymore what you're thinking. But if you're for Masubi, I've got the perfect job for you. Come through the door. Interesting aesthetic of this place.
It's Magatsuba.
Mm-hmm.
In a different form than it is in the network. Oh, I know how that feels, Magic. So many games doing.
I also very much feel that, because I have bought a lot of games recently that I'm just like, I need to get around to this.
I have Fire Emblem Three
I might
Houses.
try to look through...
I've only played the first stage on it.
I might try I might try to look through what games I own and see, like, the average playtime. Try and at least knock some of the shorter ones out. I recently picked up No Straight Roads on Amazon. It was on sale for about $15. And I've been told that, like, my friend who likes it says that it's about a 5-hour game. And I'm like, okay, well, I should be able to knock that out in a single session, you know?
Mm. If you want a fun game that doesn't take too long, I can always recommend Jazzpunk.
I've heard of that game before.
Fun stuff. Well, I think we're gonna call it here. Before we jump into...
That's fair.
You know, another dungeon, which probably gonna take a while. Any thoughts on today's session, ChanceEm?
Well, we've made a lot of progress. Chiaki's gone a little crazy with power. In the fullest extents of that phrase. Apparently, I am also further losing my mind. And very sadly, our teacher has kind of further disappointed us. Which is really interesting for the teacher character because, you know, a teacher is normally a leader, not someone who is a follower.
Yeah. It's a subversion of the expectation based on what we originally knew and thought about her. It seemed like she was the one in control.
And, like, for Chiaki... for Chiaki, it was kind of the thing of, like... She's like, oh yeah, I'm strong. And then the first thing that happens to her after she's like, I'm strong and I'm gonna go prove my reason is she basically gets her arm ripped off. It's like, so, how'd that go for you? But then she also did manage to fuse and become what she is now. And with Isamu is like, oh yes, I have the reason of isolation. And now because of his reason of isolation, now he's acting all like super confident and everything. Like he didn't have his ass kicked for the first while that we kept finding him. It's kind of an interesting thing of seeing like the character personalities flip. Also in regards of Kajiri. I had to think for a second. I was like, because we keep calling him Frank. I'm like, fuck, I know his name's not Frank. But Hijiri also is kind of the thing of like an obsession is becoming something that's just completely taking over him. And he's kind of like, oh yeah, I've been the one learning all this stuff all along, when it's like, I'm the guy who's actually been out there doing the actual hard work to get you this information, you know? And instead of being someone that was just like, I'm not wanting to really stick my nose in here, I just kind of want to report on what's going on, he's like, no, I am the all-knowing. So it's really interesting seeing how the Vortex world is kind of corrupting the characters, but also showing their true selves at the same time. At least that's the take I'm getting from it.
I think you could take it all as a reaction to the extreme stress of the situation. World's ended, they're basically the new human survivors of the entire situation. And they all chose something to focus on to try and maintain their sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't work.
What did Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't exactly say that they're holding on to their sanity with what's going on. One allowed a god to possess her, and the god doesn't even, like, acknowledge her, really. As, like, two others that were your friends have now become, like, as you put it earlier, fake, like, demi-fiends, in a sense.
Pseudo-fiends, yeah.
The pseudo-fiends, yeah. And then you just have Hijiri, who's just, like, straight up just losing his sanity.
I think it's another point that makes Nocturne one of the more interesting games of the series, because every other game in the series that you have the dynamic like this of these characters tend to spend most of the game with you.
That's very true.
Meanwhile, in this, the characters have spent most of the game away from us. They're having their own experiences that we can't see or understand. And at best, we're finding the aftermath. It creates an interesting thought of character growth is there, and it's happening off screen. And we're just seeing pivotal moments. Anyway, that is some more discussion for next time as we continue into the Amala Temple and see what Chance is doing and his hopes of summoning a god for his reason.
But as the one song goes, this is a stream where we're just gonna be rejecting gods. So, even if I manage to summon a god, I don't think it's gonna go very well in my favor.
No, I'm a kill it.
Shame.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Clem, Teak, Magic, Star, Titanium, Nicole. I think that's everybody. Yep. Thank you all so much for joining us. We always really appreciate the support so much, and chat is the best part of the stream. And of course, a super big special thank you to our buddy ChanceEm Gaming.
Thank you for having me. I very much appreciate it.
You can catch ChanceEm on his own stream, where he's currently streaming video games.
Ah, those darn video games.
Less serious video games than this.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to take a break from the apocalypse and, you know, go water a flower and touch some grass.
I don't know, it sounds kind of weird.
Maybe hallucinate that you're having conversations with animals.
That sounds kind of weird. Anyway, Nocturne will be back next week, Sunday, 8 PM British Summertime BST, which is 3 PM Eastern Standard.
3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Daylight.
I
Yeah.
believe we're on daylight right now.
It doesn't really matter. We all know what I mean. Yeah, with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. ChanceEm, do you have anything you want to say before we go?
Not much. Just thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for supporting Chrono, along with thank you for having me with you on channel for this. I do very much appreciate being able to go through Nocturne.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Nocturne will be back next week, 8 PM British Summertime, which is 3 PM Eastern Daylight. If anybody wants to catch it, and you're in the US, you can work out what the time is to your corresponding time zone with that. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. Catch you next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye.